My name is Mariah.
There go the Apple.
I go by Kingmaker on all platforms. I am a singer. I'm a baby songwriter. I'm a performer. I've been performing since I was a baby, a child. I used to plan shows when I was tiny in the back of my school, and I would take that construction paper, that ashy one, everyone. It was like all different colors, and it smelled like crayons or like glue. And I would make flyers and pass it around so that people would come see me sing. When I was young, I thought I was the only person in the world who could sing. Then I found out other people could do that. I was like, bitch, what is happening? Anyway, so I was like, I could sing. I want people to come see me. So pass it out. People started to come. Then they started to perform. Then we started to battle each other. So when I saw Jerome was looking for interns to do the exact same thing as an adult, I was like, my inner child is screaming. So I let him know I was excited. Funny thing though, he was looking for interns in Dallas, right?
Yes.
So I was like, I'm in DC. I don't know if he's gonna accept me, but I'm gonna just shoot my shot anyway. He was like, heck yeah, let's go all over the world. So that's why I'm here. And so I'm one of the DC Musicade reps. I work alongside Jerome. And one of the goals that we have out here is to really just amplify the app, bring community together, connect you guys with your new fan, right? So, yeah, it's nice to meet you guys and thank you for coming.
Hi, I'm Jessica. I am here because of Mariah. She introduced me to this opportunity. And I'm originally from New York, relocated here. I've been here for like a year and a half, so I'm still finding my way. I have a corporate background in like HR and project management very recently. So I'm still kind of navigating the waters, so to speak. I'm still trying to figure out like what it is that like I want to do in life. I love music. I love music in the sense of like EDM specifically. It is like my creme de la creme. I love like a very insane fast beats per minute. I literally drive around with my windows down, blasting. I do not care who sees me. And I would love to see how like my skills can, help contribute to Musicade. And I am in a phase of my life where I really need to push myself and I really want to challenge myself. And that means entering new spaces, even if I know what I know with the knowledge that I have and the music I know, and that's it. But I mean, who knows? If I can also like find other like black EDM alternative like folks and like us all find each other, because as we all know, we're kind of like in a sea of white all the time, so it's kind of hard to find each other. That would be great if we could connect each other. So yeah, happy to be here. I think I answered all the questions.
Thank you.
Yo, what's up, y'all? My name is Lamont. I go by Tre Svaint. I'm an artist, producer, songwriter, etc. Started in the church. Always loved music. Grew up in a musical household. I was a kid in a band. That did not work out, but I thought it was the greatest album in the world. And when that, ended, I wanted to make sure that I kept doing music. So started getting into production, songwriting, things like that. Just been working on it for the past, 6, 7 years, honestly. I just love it. And, when Jerome approached as far as Musicade, as well as Mariah, she definitely got me into it. I just wanted to rep DC, help assist with that, make sure that everyone who was a part of Musicade grew from it, made connections, made networks, anything, anything to help the community, because I think the DMV definitely needs that. As far as collaboration with different artists, producers, whoever, need more of that for sure. So that's really the goal with Musicade. But as far as myself, I just, want to make the best music I can, impact as many people as I can. That's really it. So, yeah. Thank y'all for having me.
All right. Hello, good evening, everybody. My name is Bobby Sage. I am a Washington native. I am also a beat maker, fashion designer, rapper, actor, model, astronaut. I'm here because of the fact that, first of all, congratulations on that article of yours, Kent. I saw on Kent's profile that he was getting yet another, Grammy on his wall for his accolades and for his impact in the community. So I just saw the flyer and I'm like, all right, cool. I haven't been out in a minute. it's good to be around other creatives and around something intimate like this. This is different. But personally for me, yeah, I'm just here to I'm here to grow as an artist and also as a person. So it's really comfortable to be around like familiar faces and new faces as well, and get to see what's going on the on the background work of how the community's been going so far. I feel like I've been MIA for quite some time, so yeah, it's good to be back. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I can't wait to see what else unfolds, and can't wait to connect with everybody and work with y'all. So yeah.
What's up, everyone? I am Tre Thomas. I'm originally from New Orleans, but I've been in D.C. over 20 years. I've been in the music industry that amount of time, and so I'm really here to network. D.C. has a wealth of artistry and talent, but I think sometimes we get in our own pockets and we don't know who everyone is in the city, and so I think brands and efforts like Music.K can help to bring people together and connect us and give us all opportunities. And you never know who has wealth of knowledge around you to share. So I'm here to share and learn. So thank y'all.
My name is Taylor. My rapper name is Dani Kwest, derived from my middle name Danielle and a tribe called Quest, but it's with Kwest. I am from Northern Virginia, and I came out here through Kent, and I just pulled up after work. Really wanted to be here. I'm trying to be more intentional with what I do, whether it's small or big things. And I've been doing music for about 8 years now, and I haven't really done anything with it. So that's where the intentionality comes from, because I love my music and I love music itself. So I took the time, energy, and money into doing that and didn't really do anything with it. So that's kind of why I'm here. So, and I'm just happy to be here. I'm just grateful. So I'm happy to be here safely.
All right, what up, y'all? What's good? I'm Kent Black, the Kent Black, creator, curator, and founder of Free Space Collective, which is a community incubator and resource space for artists and entrepreneurs across mediums. We essentially provide resources and help artists evolve their medium and get paid for their artistry. I also manage music artists and help them book gigs. I produce shows, concerts, stuff like that. And I'm also a musician. I play bass and I do punk music. So I do a one-man punk band kind of shit, and I also skate too. That's not really a part of my accolades, but I do I also do acro and stuff like that, and train martial arts and shit. But that's just what I do in my hobbies. But professionally, I work in music and work in entertainment, and I also can relate to what Bobby was saying about being MIA for a little bit, because I have been taking a break. I've been on a 9-month break from music, touching the stage and doing interviews, doing shows and stuff like that. I was on tour, and then I kind of just took a break after my tour had ended, and so I was happy that I met Mariah, and she introduced me to herself and Music.K and was telling me about Music.K and kind of what they have going on, and I was I've been doing music professionally for over a decade, so I was this sounds like Music.K, and not to discredit them or anything like that or compare them, but when I was growing up or coming up in music, we didn't have a lot of resources or places that you could go to get leads for gigs, you know what I mean? So I had stumbled upon this one website called Indie on the Move, and I don't know if any of y'all are familiar with Indie on the Move, but I used to go there to look for gigs in state and out of state, and it would just be random gigs and gigs that I wouldn't even really fit the bill for, but I would still like put myself out there. And so when they told me about Music-Aid, I was like, yo, this reminds me of like music of Indie on the Move, but like in 2025, you know what I mean? So I was really interested and like enthusiastic about the concept of their company. And that's like why I'm here, because I believe in like kind of like what they got going on, like their mission, and like how they want to help, you know, artists in parallel ways that I help artists. And so the alignment was like on point, and that's why I'm here. I'm Kent Black. Thank you for your time. Like, yeah.
My name is Jordan. If you had to find me on social media, it would be Cannabis Jack. 2 N's, 2 S's. As far as why I'm here, came through Mariah. She put me on to Music-Aid. She let me know what it was. When she told me at first it was a Black-owned app by a young Black man, I was like, oh, say less. I'm definitely here for that. I think it's one of those things where being in the art world overall, from graphic design and knowing people that have made apps and stuff of the nature, knowing a young Black man doing something with music in general for me was pretty dope. Like everybody here, music all my life, of course. I'm a Luther Vandross type of person, just in general. So that says a lot about me, you feel me? I just recently started my own little brand for some street clothing, just because I was kind of getting sick and tired of wearing other people's clothing for a lot of money. So I figured, why not make my own thing that young Black people could afford, that still look classy, still look good. As well, I do make my own jewelry, just because I also was like, I don't need diamonds and stuff to show how strong of a person I am. And I think in meeting Music-Aid, Jerome, Mariah, this lets me know how strong of a core we actually have as Black people. And to be able to bring people together like this, out of the blue, randomly from random spots of the world, you know what I'm saying? I find that pretty dope. So I'm just blessed to be here, happy to be here, happy to take part, you know what I'm saying?
I'm Bumani. Bumani X is my artist name. I am born and raised in New York, currently living in the DMV, and I play guitar, I sing, I produce, I DJ, I help create cool experiences, like bringing cool communities together, and I solve Rubik's Cubes when I'm bored, and that's me.
Actually, there's an article that somebody wrote, and I took the opportunity to share more about my family's history and music and why I'm so passionate about it, because I'm not an artist myself, but I always grew up around it. What really inspired me to get Music-Aid going was, two, like, kind of sad, I don't want to go there, but my godfather passed on New Year's Eve going to 2024. And this was a giant in my life and a giant in like the music industry. He did PR for Prince. He worked with a lot of artists. He's produced Super Bowls, parades, like talking about 10, 9. He started around my age as well. We did a lot of work together growing up, especially as I got in college. He took me under his wing a little bit, taught me a lot about the business, etc. And when he passed, I was just like, you know what, let's do it. Like, and I kind of dedicated his Music-Aid to him. My mom was an artist and singer, talented, phenomenal choreographer for Da Brat, went on tour for a lot, sung background for a lot of artists as well. That's actually how my dad met. That's why David is my godfather, because my mom and him were really cool. My dad was a promoter, so he did concerts with Keith Washington, Phyllis Hyman, Angie Stone, going crazy in the 80s. So he was in New York at the time, coming to Chicago, trying to do a show. Met David. David introduced him to my mom, was like, you need to know her if you're trying to do a show in Chicago. Then here I am. My mom was training vocally with Madame St. McLean. She passed recently as well. She's R. Kelly's mom. but she also trained Jennifer Hudson. She trained a couple others. And she told my parents, but when they first started dating, that you're going to have a son, and he's going to be all the things that I am. My mom said literally she described me to the T. So I'm low-key music prophecy. I'm not going to lie. And with that said, I've been in product for about 10 years. I've launched many apps, many different technology, very much in a corporate space, and I didn't like that. I felt like I really looked at my work. I've done a lot of great things, made a lot of other people a lot of money. And I was like, at the end of the day, when I retire, what would I say impact that I made in the world was I made rich people richer? Like, nah, I was like, I feel like I can do something to direct to consumer, do something in the market, and hit a lot of people with my skills. So at the same time, photographer, I was shooting like a lot of content and campaigns for fashion brands. And I'm looking at the pics and I'm like, this should be an album cover. This don't need to be on no Instagram. Like, this needs to be with an artist. And I was like, I don't even think this fashion brand will appreciate this for real. Like, I don't think they would know what to do with this. And a lot of times they didn't. They would be like, this is cool, this is great, but like, we want something a little bit more, literally basic. I'm like, goddamn. So I think I was like, I really want to work with music. And that's how Music.ly kind of came about, where I just started thinking about, I came up with this app idea literally 6 years ago, where I was in training on how to learn how to build apps. Day one, they were like, if you had an app idea, what would it be? I was like, I want an app where I can find DJs anywhere I go. I want to be able to find DJs because I don't know how it works, and that's what I want to talk about. I don't know how it happens here, but in Chicago, a lot of the venues that cater to black people don't last long. Like, the longevity is like 6 months max. Like, if you got a good one, maybe a year. So it's hard to find a spot that you love and that you know caters to you, because it just would not be there anymore. And so what I learned was, if you follow the DJs, you know you're gonna have a good time. But the DJs are like sometimes on the north side, sometimes they out south, sometimes they downtown. Like, they may do that all in one night. So I just picked my 5 like core DJs in the city that matches my vibe. I'm cool with them. They play what I want to hear. So I was like, all right, like, what if I had an app to do that? Just like, who's playing right now? Are they my vibe? Can I meet them? I think naturally that was supposed to just be the app. But as I learned from you all, I'm very good at business, and I'm looking at the problems that independent artists have in this day and age. And I'm like, who's doing something about this? Like, we're dominated now by algorithms and streams. Even big name artists ain't making money from music no more. And that's why you see a lot more artists selling merch, products, going on tour, because records just don't sell the same anymore. You're making cents on a dollar these days. And I didn't like that. I was like, I'm not fucking with it. So I started bringing in more features beyond just finding DJs, but I was like, how can we serve the artists? But then I became a bartender. And I'm like, okay, I'm working at this music venue, and my feet hurt as fuck. I've been standing for 12 hours making these drinks, and ain't nobody here. Ain't nobody here to see this band. And this band is cold. And they performing like it's packed. So I'm like, how is this venue on the water not selling customers? And now I'm pissed as a bartender because I ain't getting no tips. So I'm thinking, like, there's so much being impacted, from the bartender to the photographer to the security to the venue. What can we do to make basically live music thrive again? And so that's actually my question to y'all, is looking at y'all's personal experience as contributing to this community or a participant of it. Maybe you go to shows. I mean, I'm pretty sure we all do. That's why we're here. So it's like, in the DMV area, what is something that you feel like is missing or can be improved in the music scene here? And then the second half of that question is, what's the supplement, or what's the solution, or is there a solution? Because I'm curious, because I may have that in Musicade already. It may be on the roadmap, like we'll release that in a couple weeks. Or I might be like, we didn't even think about that, but guess what? We can build it. So I kind of want to hear from, I don't know if y'all got any light bulbs.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do my best to like answer the questions, but like just listening to like kind of like your monologue there kind of inspired some ideas around Musicade, because I feel like as a curator in the DMV and like other states, like in the tri-state, and I do events in like Philly and Delaware also. One thing that I will say, like as an artist, but also as the promoter or curator of an event, like I do get to see both sides like pretty equally, and as a concert goer, I feel like one thing that the community doesn't appreciate as much as you would think they would is consistency. Like as a concert goer, the community and the audience, they don't really appreciate consistency like how we as curators and artists think they would. And to be like more specific, like I see every artist kind of goes through this, and you hear this like in the industry, but they always say like, oh, like if you want to make it, like you gotta go out of your city, like you gotta leave your town, and then you gotta come back.
Go to LA and stuff.
I mean, anywhere, it doesn't matter. Like you gotta leave your city, go get on, and then come back.
But do they come back? Is the
yeah, they gotta come back eventually. But I will say, like, there's a lot of truth in that, because like there's just like a level of desensitization when you become familiar with like a celebrity or someone, a community person who's like doing something in your city, and like the wow or the glam factor just like it wears away after a while, you know? Like you're like, oh, that's just Kent Black, oh, that's just Mariah, that's just Bobby Sage, like, oh, that's just Fat Terrell. Like we don't even care that Fat Terrell is like in our city anymore, you know what I mean? Like nobody cares.
That's a nice man right there.
Yeah, like nobody cares. Nobody cares about Shy Glizzy anymore. Like they don't care, you know? And it's not that they don't appreciate them. There's just like a level of desensitization that happens when you're close to greatness, for when you know, like the proximity to greatness is like, and it just, I don't know, I don't want to say like it's inevitable, but like just noticing the pattern, like it just happens. Like it's happened with my brand, it happens with other brands, it happens with musicians. Like you're hot for a little while and then the buzz kind of dies down, but that's just because of the access, you know? That's because of the access. And so it almost feels like a disservice to like stay in your city for too long, because after your buzz, like that shit goes away, you know? And your audience has to see you moving around. They have to see you being celebrated elsewhere so they can appreciate you when you're there, you know?
It was crazy.
And,
I would say,
I feel like
go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
Oh, and I feel like Musicade, I think, could do a great job in like catering to that desensitization. And I feel like to give an example, like, yes, like Musicade has the mission of like being this platform that can connect artists, and like the user can go in and like find and access performances, celebrities, gigs, like whether you're a concert goer or you're a performer, like you have access to that. But I think also what I haven't heard you speak on is like providing like a sponsorship, you know, like providing sponsorship to the artists or the promoters. And as far as like, you know, like a stamp or like some legitimacy to their endeavor, you know, like some legitimate. And one thing, like I could say, I'm kind of just bouncing around, but you know, have y'all heard of like Topo Chico, like that drink brand? Mm-hmm. Like they've started providing sponsorships to music events and curators in the space to like get their drink brand into more of an artist driven spaces, you know. So I'm going to like select events and they have like Topo Chico, you know. I don't know if y'all, I forget the name. It's called like Coco something. It's like, it's this coconut water. Not Coco Vita. It's like it's like a slim coconut drink. It's pink. The coconut water is pink and it has like a green top. Have y'all seen that? Like in like some of like the, it's like in a Whole Foods and stuff like that. Like I had a sponsorship from them for like 6 months, and they would provide free space, like so many drinks per month, and I had to just like give them away essentially. And they didn't ask for anything other than just to like give their drinks to the public through my events. And Topo Chico is doing that. They'll give you, as a business owner or a curator, they'll give you like a case of Topo Chico sparkling water or whatever, and they want you to like take pictures and stuff, like, and send them to them, you know. And I think Musicade could do that. Like if you're producing an event, you know, music, and it's going to be like, if I'm producing a concert and it's going to be on the Musicade app for persons to see it on the app, I think Musicade could have some kind of screening process to say like, oh, like this person, for these reasons, we would provide sponsorship and we want our logo on your flyer, and you give them something, whether it's tangible or not, but something to legitimize like your affiliation with them. Because like in music, like everybody knows like clout does hold some weight, and I think that like any stamps or approvals or like layers of legitimacy helps like move an entity, and I think that could also be something to like just, you know, keep in your pocket for ideas. But I think like sponsorships from Musicade would also help, outside of, you know, when you're outside of the platform and also just curating your own events. But you know, when I see an event and I'll be like, then now they have like, I'll see a flyer and they got the Topo Chico logo on there. I'm like, why does Topo Chico really care to have their logo on the flyer? But like all of those bits of promotion and exposure like help drive the point. I hate to admit it because like I've been doing it for a decade, but like it happens to everybody. Like it's just Fat Trail. Like it's just
True. We don't want to be just Musicade, you know? Like no.
So like that wow factor, like it's got to be like a little less than we would even want for ourselves, you know?
Okay.
Because you have to make them appreciate it. You got to make them appreciate it. And if you give too much, they don't want it anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
So like as far as consistency, I think you definitely hit the nail on the head as far as people kind of being unappreciative of it. But even from like a creative standpoint, I think the type of consistency that you bring can change that a lot. Right. So like someone who, for instance, like drops a bunch of singles, you know they're gonna drop a single or whatever, and you like just look over it because it's just another single. Right. But when they announce an album, it's like, oh, you might have dropped it at the same rate that you were dropping the singles. It might just be, you know what I'm saying? You drop a single, the 5th every month, and then you drop an album the 5th of the next month. It's something unexpected. It's still consistent as far as the schedule, but the amount of content that you provide could make a difference. You know what I'm saying? So even, I guess, for example, for Musicade, it could be, like you said, bro, so an event like every quarter, but the last quarter of the year, it's like something crazy. Right. You know, it's like something insane. So like it's still consistent in a way, but the type of consistency that it exactly.
And maybe it's like two things. Either you consistently deliver the wow, like you're just Beyonce, and everything you do is wow. Like goddamn, okay, like how are you gonna top this?
Right. Yeah.
I think the other thing is maybe just consistency in other areas. So maybe it's not always an event, but I'm telling my clients like the value of consistency in content, consistency and presence with your fan base, consistency and communication with them, sharing your message, brand consistency. So it's like, okay, yeah, we're not doing something in every city every month, but everything we do, the message is the same, the brand is the same, like the quality of what we do is there. So I think But I hear what you're saying. Like, don't just be having an event for the sake of just having one. And I've been cautious with that. On a sponsorship tip, though, like people be like, "How'd you scale so fast? Like, how are you doing all these events in all these cities?" I'm like, these aren't my events. Like, some of them are, like this one is, or like the one we did in Chicago last week. But a lot of these events have been like, I've been hitting people up and be like, how can we support you? Yeah. And I may not have the bread, but I'll come up and we'll bring a whole team and we'll get all the media. We'll do all the photos, donate that to y'all, get y'all going, or we'll do the stage transitions. We'll do the artist hospitality. So we kind of been sponsoring with services and like literally our physical bodies and time in a lot of ways. And then sometimes we gave bread. Like I'm thinking of the summer series with Cruddy. Like we was like, okay, like y'all need how much to pay for all, like here we go. I was like, I can't do it every show. But here's where you are. Cause yeah, it's like I would rather support someone else than try to create the same thing from scratch and try to get it going. And I find that to be the biggest success we've had so far. Ideally, once Musicade is very successful, is going to continue. Like, what y'all need, here you go. Like, there, we're now your sponsor. So I definitely imagine that continuing.
Also, I think having people who can give very, very honest judgment about the music being produced could help a lot for artists. Because, like, I think a harsh truth that some artists cannot accept is that the music is not there. Yeah. And, like, that's okay. Like, it's okay for the music to not be there. My shit has not, you know what I'm saying? I think I'm great now. But you know what I'm saying? Exactly. But back in the, man, I was making some bullshit. Are you kidding me? But, yeah, I think having people who are accredited, who, like, have credentials that can really justify why they're willing or able to give good judgment on the music being made, would help a lot. I think that would be a great help to artists in the area. Because there's a lot of people making some trash stuff. And their friends are hyping it up because they're good friends, they support it. But it's like, bro, this is not going to get us out the hood. It's not. But, you know, there's nothing wrong with, like, being in that stage where, like, you know what I'm saying, recognizing that maybe, like, this needs better quality. I need better beats, need to write, structure songs better, whatever it is. Like, do something different with the production, whatever it is. But having people who are on the Musicade team, who are accredited and, like, qualified enough to really give good judgment on the music being supported.
There's an artist that comes to mind. His name's Leffrey. He goes by Who's Left in the DMV, and he has, like, writing camps. Yeah. His series is called Something Like A, and then he has, like, writing camp, something like a town hall, something like a XYZ. And he has those things where you can go and, like, you play your music for the show, for the event, and they'll tell you, like, this wasn't it. And it's really, like, I mean, it's as cultivating as it can be. It's like, it's a really safe space, and, like, work is getting done in that space. And I love to help produce music in that regard. Like, that is production, you know? Like
genuinely sculpting a song.
Sculpting a song, right. Like, because most people hear producer and they think, oh, you make beats. But a producer is also the person in the studio who's like, you need to sing it like this. Change this phrase to this. Change your cadence like this. Exactly. You know? Wait for this pocket here. Come in like this. Exactly. Shaping the song, shaping the artist, you know? And I love producing artists. So, like, if there's some space open for a producer in that regard with Musicade, like, holla at your boy. But I really would look into Leffrey's events. They provide that kind of resource for artists in the DMV.
So the suggestion that I would make for Musicade is less of a tactical suggestion, more of like maybe strategy. Come on. And hoping that we could work on it together. As somebody who has had dreams of being famous for a really long time, it like feels like the worst fucking timing to be like, I'm gonna take my shit seriously today, and then I'm scrolling on Instagram and somebody's like, this is how you can use AI to make covers. Bitch, what? You know what I mean? And then every celebrity has a court case. What the fuck are we doing? I'm sorry, am I allowed to curse? So, anyways, my point is, I also with like Musicaid, when I was promoting shows and trying to hire artists to perform, I have come across a number of friends who like really has something going for them, like they're really talented, but are just burned out from the industry. You know what I mean? And so they just are giving up on it. So for me, my suggestion would be that sometimes people will show up for the message alone. That's why I'm here. I've been showing up for the message, like tired, leaving the babies home, like give them kids. They like stay home, you know. But I'm like, yo, I believe in this, and have been doing that for months, right? So I'm thinking that if we can align with the things that kind of hurt everybody the most, and kind of transform that pain into actually hope, that would be beneficial. And some of the things that I'm thinking of right off the bat is how people are feeling like the music industry is doomed with AI, right? Or people feeling like the music industry is like demonic or evil or something. Like the reason why I'm doing this is to like basically be that hope. Essentially, I want to be able to say to somebody like, hey, say to my partner, hey, I'm going out for a music event and no one's afraid that someone's gonna spike my drink, and it's gonna be a Diddy party. You know what I mean? Like, so what I'm thinking is maybe some of the messaging could appeal to that kind of things. There was a Twitter thread where people were talking about like Nickelodeon and like how all of the child actors or like artists kind of grew up and like they burned out, like their mental health went to and so we're like heartbroken, like, damn, I wanted to be famous, but if I did, would that have been me? You know what I mean? And so people are feeling like, what's the point? Like, look what's happening to people's careers, right? So why I joined Musicaid was to help be the difference there. So again, this is not a tactical thing. I don't know how we can take that suggestion and immediately apply it, but I'm thinking again, a lot of people will rock with you just because they want to because they align with that message. They're like, yeah, not saying fuck AI for everybody who likes AI and use it to benefit, like, whatever it is, but to say like, hey, fuck AI artists, or like Spotify, like you've heard Spotify, like the whole situation with royalties and artists not being paid. Like a lot of people are so burned out by the industry that when we approach them for shows, they don't want to be a part of it because they're like, I'm not doing pay to play. They're like, you know what I mean? Like they don't even want to, first of all, a lot of them don't even promote the shows. They're like, I'm going to just show up, perform and then leave. Like they're not really aligned with the message. So I think that if we can work on our messaging, we could be different. We can be the people who are like, yeah, we're coming after, better pay for artists, maybe linking with political talking heads who are also, you know what I mean? Because that's what I pay attention to. I don't know if you guys like we'll see like maybe a post that'll be like this organization is trying to get artists better royalties, and then it's like, well, actually this is only 2 cents more, but I appreciate it. You know what I mean? So again, I don't know what we could do with that suggestion, but I would like even the Palestine thing, right? So like people are linking with organizations because they have the courage to speak up. So I think if we could have that same kind of courage and speak against like AI artists and the Spotify like ghost bands, or what are they called, those where it's like ghost artists in there and they're just using it to not have to pay real artists. Yeah, like we can.
No, there's like whole bands and like artists.
So you see what I'm saying? Like this is the conversation that I think that Musicaid.
Writers and just not an artist to be the front man.
Right. So. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to suggest. Like, if we can maybe help our messaging work on that. We were working on a writer's camp. You mentioned a writer's camp earlier, Kent. That's something that's what we met to go over and do together. And then we were going to hire someone who was going to teach people how to, work on their publishing, or I don't know the proper terms. But if we can work with people who are also aligned with that, you know what I mean? Because their jobs are also at risk, So, yeah, that's it.
The first idea I had for Musicaid was what if, like, in the app, if we're trying to have, especially if we're trying to connect, like, people to, like, more artists, specifically, like, more Black artists of varying backgrounds and subgenres, why don't we kind of also have, like, an intro, like, maybe, like, a video or, like, a sample of their music? So people can kind of like hear like the band that's going to be playing live. Like, let's say, for example, if there's someone who is into, I don't know, alternative rock, or if they're into like EDM and they live in like Winnipeg or like whatever. Not that you would like go out there, but like let's say if they were trying to find someone in the nearest city to them. Okay.
You got to be exactly.
Stop. So
I'm not a drinker.
Even if you're not going to drink it, that's okay. We still going to bless it because you're here with us.
It's blessed and everything. You know, it's blessed.
So my
no
first
tainted Henny over here.
my thought of that would be to like kind of bring the artist to the fan, especially like if they're not familiar with something, because especially like as we know in like the Black community, like we've made so many strides with like us having varying artists and genres that we're into, but I think we might need to bring more like subgenres to others just to kind of like open up people's interests just a little bit more. So like let's say if someone's typically into like R&B or hip hop or soca music or something, and they don't typically listen to something outside of their genre, but there's like Black artists that do that, like, oh, what is this? Like, they look cool, or they look like me, but they're doing this. So like there's a video within the app, and then that artist is playing in a city near them. So that way you're kind of connecting the fan a little bit more to something outside of what they're comfortable with, or you know,
because
a lot
like
of
identify with.
yeah, because a lot of people I talk to are like kind of pigeonholed into like they like what they like, which is totally fine, but it's like there's a whole world out there.
That's a great idea.
And like you kind of just need the right artist to get you into that. Anyway, so then the second idea was when I think of like when I go to places like Echo Stage in DC, it's overwhelmingly white, like because it's like largely like EDM. No, I'm sorry. It's like EDM and it's like rock and it's everything else. Exactly. Exactly. And I mean, I'm still new to like the DMV, but I'm still learning where all the venues are for specific things. Like I saw Shensia like maybe a year and a half ago in Silver Spring, whatever that.
Fillmore.
Yes, exactly. And it was nice. It was delightful. I mean, I live in Virginia, but I can still drive out here, you know. So, but it's like I think like especially for me, like as a concert goer, recently I went to Echo Stage and they actually had it was a Black mixer. It was for Juneteenth, and they don't really. I was actually surprised. I was like, oh y'all, we're like, you know, catering to us in here. I love that. Like, you know, just like seeing more of us in like those kinds of like venues, because at the end of the day, it's still a venue. Yes, it's like largely like something else, but like that doesn't mean that we can't go in there and still enjoy it. So I'm thinking there needs to be like more communication between like venue owners as well as like apps like you, like people like you that are trying to connect the music and the people more. And a huge part of that, a huge component is the venue itself. Yeah. So I think there needs to be just a little bit more like advertisement and outreach, even if it will take a little bit more outreach, even if you have to like go in person and put yourselves in front of them like, hey, I know you're into like EDM or whatever, but like these are artists, these are alternative artists like Paradox. That would be cool if they came to like, you know, Echo Stage and stuff like that and performed.
I believe I suggested one area was Sycamore and Oak.
Yeah, that was it.
That was out in Anacostia. They have like an open stage type of platform. Right. I'm quite sure it's probably a little bit expensive because Anacostia, they're going through a little bit of the gentrification. So, you know, when you start gentrifying the area, it kind of gets in the...
It's going up.
Right?
Pricey.
But at the same time, I think I've gone there and they do like karaoke there. So I think it's one of those things to where to have different artists, especially in the Black culture, to have different areas, different genres come together in an open space to understand, like, cool, you could have people that do like drill music, you could have people that like R&B in the same area, but understand because artists are coming to, like, grow, to become popular, to be able to say, like, yo, this is where I actually started at. Mm-hmm. It is one of those things, I think, in finding a set venue to an idea. Right. You know what I'm saying? To where you can't say, yo, every first of the month, every last of the month, after the month's been long, you come out here, we have a different couple artists coming. because Music-Aid, we trying to have it to where there's multiple people that do different things. Everyone, about 5 people come out. Cool, y'all make sure you get your people coming out so that your people can hear something new from somebody else. They can hear you sing, they can hear you rap, they can hear all of that. But now we're all together in an area to where Sycamore and Oak, to me, a lot of outside influence comes too. You have a lot of children coming in the area because it's gentrifying. They're trying to make it so, a lot of people are comfortable in the area. So you do have the opportunity to be able to grow those fan bases. I think back to, I know in DC, Maryland, they had like teen clubs. Y'all ever go to the teen clubs?
I used to.
Yeah, back in the day.
You know what I'm saying?
Back in the day, yeah.
You go to a teen.
And when I was living in Virginia, there was this place called Empire, bro.
Come on.
Bro, the shows back then, they was crazy, dog. That was out in Virginia, yeah.
Now think
That
about
shit
it.
was a good time.
Now think if we had artists come into something like that, and you host that once or twice a month. But it's your artist, so the crowd that comes knows for sure, like, cool, it's gonna be different vibes, different music, you can dance, but it's always gonna be a rotation of what we have coming through Music-Aid. Y'all will get your people coming.
We have a basically we doing it now in Chicago. We have and kind of what you were saying, like we are working with the venues in a lot of ways. We're partnering with a lot of black-owned venues that are kind of older and looking to revitalize, get it going. So like I just met with a venue owner on the south side of Chicago. This venue has been in a stable community for like decades, and they're like, we're trying to get back active. So we're working with them, hosting shows. We're hosting like a big festival with them. And we have another venue that black owned that just opened on the north side, and we're gonna do that monthly like kind of Music-Aid live show, bringing in new artists, and working with students as well, like bringing in student bands, student artists. Because right there is Northwestern Loyola University. So we're trying to help them bring in that student crowd. But there's a couple more I'm working with. There's a venue I'm talking to in Dallas right now. I'm doing the same thing. So yeah, that is pretty much what we're looking to get going.
I know DC, Maryland definitely needs that or something of
Yeah.
that nature, because
Yeah.
to be able to have somewhere that's constant, even where all ages can come. And you can just kind of go listen to live music, new upcoming artists, and not know like, or know and understand like, it's no one famous, so you don't have to feel like you don't have to be intimidated around us.
And that's something I've been spinning my head on is who's the audience for that, and how do we bring them in? Because ideally, I imagine the Music-Aid like participant, the one that comes to the show, the one, not the artist, they just want to have a good time. In my opinion, they're the ones that value the artistry. They value the consistency. They are against the AI. Like, they're like, this is my city. I want to support the music here. I care about the music community, and that's why I'm here. And I think that's why I'm like, I want to market and attract that audience to come to these shows. Obviously,
you literally need to say that verbatim, like, you know.
So
what I mean?
this is
you really do, like, as part of your rollout for promotion, like, you gotta, if that's the crowd that you want, like, you have to articulate that.
Yeah.
Because people are going to like, people are gonna hear that, see that, feel that, and relate to it, and feels like some like a sense of
Safe place.
a sense of not safe place, but it's what's the word I'm looking for?
Maybe
I'm a
pride,
little bit
camaraderie.
off this eraser right now, but
Yeah.
this
I was gonna say the light might kind of feel a little different.
it feels a little different.
I'm over here like,
like some ownership. Like, you feel like you get ownership of the culture, you know, like the ownership of the culture. Like, this is my culture, you know.
Exactly.
Like, those are the kind of people that appreciate the quality of it, and not just like, I'm gonna turn up at a concert. Like, you know, like.
You're not like, say, a gatekeeper, but you're low-key, like, what's it been called, like, a culture protector. Like, you're someone that's, like...
A culture connoisseur.
Connoisseur, you know, like, you're the
that.
tastemaker in your city. You're the one that, like, puts other people on. Like, oh, yeah, you should know about so-and-so. Like, you're the one probably always on the aux. You're the one... that's how I am. Like, that's kind of what inspired me becoming a DJ. Because literally every time I'm on the aux, my friends is like, yo, who is that? Who is that? Where'd you find this artist? What song is this? Like, that's my goal almost. Is like, I'm going to play somebody you don't know. I'm going to play something, you're going to have a good time. You're going to be vibing. And now I'm over here playing my clients. I'm like, I would just throw them on, like on my story, or throw them on in the car, and people like, who is this? I'm like, oh, this Mike Styles out of Utah. Like, what? Like, yeah, it's a Musicaid artist, exactly. So going back to that stamp, I hope that Musicaid becomes that platform as well, where it means something to be on that stage. It means something like, this is where I got started. This is how, like...
But part of that, I think, like, is, like, sponsoring the curators.
Yeah.
You know? Like, sponsoring, like if you were a sponsor for that I'm telling you, that Open Gem show tonight, y'all, you know, it's the Open Gem event. Like, bro, if your fucking name was on that flyer, like, people like, oh, like, what's Musicaid?
That would have been it, yeah.
What is Musicaid? Like, I really, like, people pay attention to that. Like, people really like clout. Like, they really just like some other shit that they don't immediately have access to. You know?
That's
like,
real. That's real.
The
That's real.
exclusivity of it. Like, they really appreciate that more than they'll ever admit, dude. And that, I think, and not to sound shallow, but like that is going to be a huge like driving point for like the legitimacy of music. It's like people seeing you as a resource, providing resource to others, not having access to you.
That's how I got the most engagement, though. When people saw what we were doing at the Cruddy Cranker show, they, like, so many people, like, swarmed me after because they were like, this is, Musicaid is a sponsor. Everybody, and my mama, literally people's mothers was like, get my son's number. He, you know what I mean? I recently have gone to a couple of type of shows. I hope it's not a weird suggestion, but it just got my wheels turning. So I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with drag shows. So you go there, they're in costume, like cheeks out. It's crazy. Love it. So there is like feathers and makeup and sequins, all different types of people, like how they identify. And they do covers, right? But the one thing I noticed...
They're not even doing a fucking cover. Sometimes they're just lip syncing.
They're lip singing. That's exactly what it is. I'm so sorry. I don't want to say the wrong thing. They are lip singing covers. My point is consistency. What I've noticed, because I have a family member that gets hired to do these things, is that they would show up and people would show up for them, and they were literally dumping money on them. Like,
it's like an wedding.
It's so fire. So my thing is like, yo, how they're consistently able. You see what I did there. Okay. All right. But anyway, so they're able to consistently get people to literally dump money on them act after act. So how could we get people to show up and pay $5 for a ticket, right? So I think that is literally just like showing up, enforcing that culture. Like the culture is the main point. I say that because also like professionally, I have to hire people and train them to be great at customer service, and a lot of them fucking suck. And then I literally pay people more than people get paid at Trader Joe's. And I go to Trader Joe's, they're doing way more manual labor, and they're so happy to fucking see me. Or at least they're pretending that they are. But I got people who literally get paid to look cute and sit at a desk. Like, this thing is marble. You know, you have a suit on. We're telling you to wear black. So, you know what I mean? So you look good, but you can't even do the job, right? And so the difference was, I believe, that it was the culture, right? We had to force that culture, like literally ingrain it. So just like the people doing these drag shows where people have no problem showing up, and I paid a $20 cover. Like, I just was walking down the street, I saw my friend, and she was like, I'm about to perform. I said, bet. I thought I was getting it with her. She was like, you good? Damn, I'm already at the door. I'm gonna have to pay now. You understand? Like, you ain't even let me know there was a charge. So I'm paying you $20, 25 or whatever. Everyone else is also paying to come here, and then they're dumping money on you, and they're looking forward to the next event, right? So again, that culture, I think that we have to show up consistently in that way for Musicaid. We got to make it be like, yeah, I'm going to show up and I'm going to do this, and it's...
But not to discount your point, but like, that is a very, very exclusive and niche community. And like, to participate in that, like, you do have to have some level of financial abundance.
I will say that
like, those
I
people
know
aren't,
some of the
like,
people.
struggling artists. Like, they're doing this like for fun, and not to like, some of these drag artists are like very talented, but like, it's really just like you said, it's a culture thing.
It's
Because
a
they're
culture
not really
thing.
performing.
My
Like,
point
they're
is,
just lip singing.
I get that.
In a costume.
I do understand that. If they're singing, they're lip singing over a cover.
I've never been like
Nobody's singing. Nobody's singing. Yeah.
I know, it's lip syncing. I'm like, that's the
No, yeah. So my point is,
Just a little bit.
But like the culture is there.
The
and
culture
that
is there.
That is, I think the point is like
Musicade
to
is
cultivate
also
the
going to
culture
be a
that.
niche.
But we gotta find like the average concert goer isn't like flush with money like that in the youth age group. People are taking
seen what
payment
people
plans
pay
to go
for
see
festivals?
Beyonce. You
I was
know
about to say,
what I
I
mean?
know a lot of little kids
Bro.
that make a lot more money than me, which is
Right.
very, very crazy. But like,
Are they in corporate?
it's not. No, in school. Like kids in school
You
make
sure
money. Yeah,
it's not their parents.
No, it's weird. It's weird.
They're buying like purple
No,
jeans.
but even more so, it's one of those things where, like hearing all of it,
Yeah.
just like you say in Chicago, Chicago, correct?
Yeah.
You have the one venue that you have that people. DC, Maryland, Virginia, in the tri-state area, where would you think people would go to consistently to come see?
That's a great
Cool, DC. So in DC, where would be an area that, let's just say, Mr. Bobby Sage, where would you want to perform consistently?
Consistently somewhere on 14th and U.
14th and U,
The
right?
foot traffic there.
Right? Right?
Foot traffic there is
Right?
crazy.
So then it would be one of those things just in the back of my mind when it comes to the idea of trying to elevate artists
It's a good venue size too.
and make Musicade something even bigger. Cool. It's already established Chicago. So now we gotta establish a spot DC. We say 14th and U. In my mind, that means it would be the artists that we have here, maybe perhaps. Cool. Let's meet up. Let's go out to DC. Let's go out. We be out to sit in the street for a little bit to perform. Ain't nobody about to stop you. Ain't nobody about to scream and shout about it. You know what I'm saying? Cool. Let's hand out some Musicade flyers. Let's hand out our own little flyers. But overall, in my mind, or when I hear it or think about it or see it, in order to get it started, before even sponsorship from Musicade or anything like that, it's just having the artists come out themselves to show up. Because you got to show up in order to even be heard or seen.
Facts.
Like, I get the wanting to be paid, wanting to get money, wanting to get all of that. Because, yeah, this is my art, this is my profession, this is my time. If it's not this, I got to go to a regular fucking job where I got to deal with people. And Lord knows nobody want to do that. Right? You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you do have to do that footwork. And because Musicade is something brand new, especially in the DMV where there are a lot of artists and artistry, well, shit, this time we gotta literally make our own little area or our own venue idea so that people can say, yo, I know Musicade. For some reason, every time I'm over by 14th and U, I'm always getting a flyer from Musicade. There's something about Musicade, and there's always like 4 or 5 artists out on the corner, and they're always performing in rotation consistently. And once again, it's not you got friends coming out here. Literally, two friends to get some singles. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't want to spend your money? Cool. I'm going to give you 50 out of my pocket of singles. All I need you to do is come out there at 14th and U and cheer. Act like you don't even know me. Put the money in the hat, put the money in the bucket, and now you got people thinking like, man, these motherfuckers are just getting, people just putting money. But then again, that's Musicade right there. And now people are saying, cool, well, are y'all going to have any big venues, big shows? For sure. Once we get enough, now we had that file. When it's always about the artist really wanting to more so be connected, right? Right? You want to connect with all these people. You want to connect with people. How do you do that before you even get paid? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You got to take it, unfortunately, to that spot to where it's like people just come out and they think you're doing it already. So have your people come out with us, like the drag show. It don't take no money to start it, or it takes a lot of money to start it. But if you got your friends coming out to the drag show, because my sister goes to them.
Yeah.
Nelly's right now.
You know what I'm saying?
Martini.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You get 4 friends, and even if you throw them yo, I got your cover for you. I guarantee you, if you tell 3 of your boys, yo, I got your cover, you come out here to this event for us, I got your cover, you're gonna buy alcohol.
Facts.
So just the $15 cover is nothing because you're gonna pay for a $8 drink.
Mm-hmm. One thing
You know what I'm
we're
saying?
piloting right now is like, and it's crazy, I had the meeting today, like a Musicade ambassador program. Because we used to have a student internship. It was cool. I think it did what it needed to do. I've learned a lot how we want to refine it, but we have a lot of like, we have now partnerships with like 18 universities. I used to be a brand ambassador in college myself, but again for a lot of like more fashion brands. But my whole job was to literally do what you're doing, like make this brand hype, make it look like it's the bomb, put on activations, take photos, take pics, go to stuff, just have a good time. So I'm working with a content creator now, got like 40,000 followers. He reached out to us and was like, I want to work with y'all. Like, how can I make? And so I was like, all right, let's talk about like, how can we use your platform to promote artists? How can we use your platform to go to shows and promote that show and like talk about your experience? And then let's figure out how that can work and then see how we can get it at the college campus level. We're sending students to artist shows, local artist shows, sending students like, talk about their experience, maybe meet with y'all or just invite their friends to come out. I was like, I think that will just naturally bring people, low key because it's their job, like, but they're gonna invite their friends and pull up and they're gonna shoot content and they're gonna talk about it and they're gonna go and they're gonna be like, oh yeah, Mike. And I was going to say like, we will sponsor your ticket to that event. Like we will pay for you to go and make content and like support that artist and like, because literally your whole job is to be an ambassador for the music in your city, basically. Like, it's not a music hit ambassador.
Internet, they do that. They're like, we'll pay for you to like go to provide press coverage on our behalf. To blah blah blah. Like, we own all the content that you.
Jerome, I have a question.
Yeah, I mean, like,
I have a question for Taylor, right? And Bobby Sage. So, just gonna use my skills and get you guys involved a little bit. But Music Hate approaches you. They ask how they can support you as an artist. So can you just let us know what you would want? Like, what do you need right now? Right now. I'm gonna pass you the mic because I need you to speak into the mic, and I'm gonna pass this over to Bobby. Okay, like as an artist to get you right back out, to get you back out there.
I need an editor, and I need overall direction. Yeah, I went through a situation where I won a social media contest with my music, and the prize was a free video shoot. Long story short, went through a little bit of his footage from like 10 years ago. That should have been a red flag because he had nothing since, and he was just very unprofessional. And he's been ghosting me for about 3 weeks. It looks like I've been stalking him based on my text thread. It's a little out of hand, but I actually found someone to help me out, and we will see what she does. I know her personally, so I do trust her with it now. It's just been in the works for like 3 months, and as I know, that takes way too long to do a music video. So as a local artist at that, I'm not doing anything. So.
I've heard this before from a creative director in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
She was saying she's struggling to like find and keep relationships with videographers.
It's very frustrating, especially as a female artist. I feel because I know this sounds so cliche, but it always goes the other way. So it's just like the professionalism just 9 times out of 10 goes out the window. And then it's like I always have to start from scratch because I'm a very for face value person, especially since we are adults. So I feel like whenever you're going to tell me, I take it for face value. So when it doesn't work out like that, it's disheartening. And then I have to start all over. So that's why I'm in the situation now. I'm definitely a half glass full type of girl, so I am expecting it to come out fine, So, and y'all will definitely see it and hear it. I didn't know what to expect, so I had stuff like ready, prepared. I didn't know what to expect when I came here. I'm so good with the flow. Yes.
That was the video editing. So when you say direction, then I think you said you also were kind of
just direction with what I want to do because it's loaded when I say direction because it's gonna sound weird when I say this, but I genuinely just like to do music. I don't really want to go anywhere with it, and that sounds so crazy, but like I just like to do it. You know, I don't mind spending my money to do the studio time. I don't mind spending my money to do the cover art. I don't mind spending my energy to take time out to write a song because I generally just like to do that. And I feel like I am good at it, so that's why I don't mind showing it to the public. But so that's what I mean by loaded question with direction, because I don't really want to be like, most people are like, yeah, I'm just trying to go to the top. I'm just trying to take care of my family and da-da-da. Like, we're all trying to do that, but I'm just trying to make music. But how can I do that the best way that I can with what I do? You know, so I guess that's what I mean by direction. I want to do an EP. I've only done singles. They're only on Spotify, Apple, and SoundCloud. I want to do an actual EP. I want that EP to have some sort of meaning behind it. Overall, I want it to be specifically DMV driven, whether it's local artists, whether it's samples from famous DMV artists that we know, things of that nature. So that's a start to where I could be directed from. So, yeah.
Do you not know how to do something with it, or is your goal isn't necessarily to do as much like with it? You just really enjoy just making music.
I just genuinely enjoy making music.
Fine.
Yeah, you should just
That's
do
fine.
that.
Just do literally.
Yeah.
Because a lot of
That's
artists
fine.
like not to like miscontextualize it, but like artists who like are trying to do something with it, like they view music as like a competitive sport.
Yeah,
you know?
and it's not.
And it's not. But at the same time, like it is. Well, like you're in competition with yourself.
Correct.
You're in competition with yourself. But if it's not like a sport to you, then like be thankful that it's not.
Exactly.
Because artists are driving themselves crazy.
And I am grateful, yeah.
Right. Thinking that it's not enough room at the top.
I am very grateful for it.
That's crazy.
I would say to Musicade, for the love of God, help me get fans. I don't know who my fans are, but people say they love my music, but it's shit from like 4 years ago. I don't make that kind of music no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm on a new phase. My old phase, I'll say this. So everybody that knows me, you know, i.e. Kent Black and whatnot, they know that I started off in Virginia. But, you know, I always say that I'm, you know, Washingtonian, born and raised here, because, yeah, I started off in 804, and 804 gave me my buzz, and I got a little bit of love out there, and, you know, people know me out there, and I've had my own fashion show out there, and they still talk about, oh, when's the next one to this day? And I'm just like, I don't know what to tell you, but that's VA. I'm back at home now. I'm back in the 202, 301 area, and Kent knows, I've been on Free Space Collective, I've been on Creative House, I've been with Open Gem. I'm hopping onto these other places, these other organizations, and it's fine. You guys have helped me out. But it's just like, I will say, I have never found my crowd. I found a lot of people that fucked with me. But there's difference from finding my crowd and people that just fuck with me. You fuck with me, you're sitting right in front of me. Let's just hypothetically say you don't like my music. let's say that. You know what I'm saying? It's done. But no, it's just like all of the people that fuck with me and say they like my sound, these are all my artist colleagues. I don't need my artist colleagues to be my fan base. I need actual fans. And part of the problem really is me. I know it is. I don't go out enough, and when I do, I just party. That's what, you know.
Yeah.
You know?
I would say, like, if you came to me with that problem, I would say, like, you need to, like, put some money into marketing yourself as an artist, because, like, and put money, like, you know, run ads or something, but, like, have content that, like, what you're saying to me right now could be an ad to source that, and then like have some of your content, whether your content is your music or is music content or personality.
Yeah.
Whether the content is music content or personality content, you need to promote that, because people who might not people who are artists who are sympathizing or empathizing with what you're saying and can relate to that would potentially be a fan, and they might fuck with you because you're being personable, or they might fuck with you because your music is speaking to them. But like you said, like you gotta put yourself out there. You gotta go out more. You gotta promote more. I mean, when we're on Instagram scrolling, doom scrolling, like we're seeing content from people who paid to have that promoted.
Yeah.
You know, whether it says paid ad or not, like at one point in time, they promoted that content to get it to a point where it built some traction, you know? So, that's all I would say is like, unfortunately, like as artists, we don't want to hear like, this is another thing you have to put money into, but like you do have to either just max out on posting content of different variations of like your being, or pay to have the content that you want amplified, because sometimes like just the organic route isn't enough.
It's a slow process.
It's really slow. Yeah.
Bro, recognizing part of like building a fan base is like recognizing who you are, because people are almost always fans of people they can relate to the most. A lot of this, at least starting out, you know what I'm saying. Sometimes it's like you're gonna have casual fans regardless. You know, that can't necessarily be helped, but the things that exemplify you as a person, the things that you're really into, exemplify that online, bro. Being the most authentically yourself is gonna get you the most fans every time.
And I will say, like, and when you are out, and I'm like, I've been like chilling on releasing music for a minute, but one thing that really helped me and that I will share with you in this moment, but when you are out performing, like doing your music, and you're out and making face-to-face contact with people, have more than just like your Instagram for people to like follow you on. Like have your impression lead them to something that can potentially like make you money. So like when you have instead of giving your Instagram out, like you always want to shout your Instagram out so people can hear that, but also like have a QR code or something on the back of your phone that links to one link, not a link tree with all your stuff, but like be like on the back of your phone, have like a QR code that goes directly to your Apple Music, directly to your Spotify. So when you're finished with doing whatever you're doing on stage, and people are like, yo, Bobby, I actually really fuck with you, bro. Whether they're saying it because they feel obligated to or not, or because they actually fuck with you, be like, yo, bro, like, fuck that Instagram shit. Yo, scan this and just follow me on Spotify. Or something that is algorithm based, that because you get attention helps amplify your visibility. Instagram is that, but also like Instagram doesn't necessarily pay you. So have it linked to like your Spotify or something so they listen to your song, or at least they just followed you, so when you post something, it'll come up, it'll populate on there, like new releases or something like that. And that has helped me a lot, because I got like a song that's got almost like 2 million streams on Spotify, and that really helped me get my streams up. Was like, yeah, you know Brandon Deshawn, like he does so many shows, like, and he's managing artists and stuff now. But like if he had something like that, his streams would be up way more, and like way more, because as many shows as he does, as many audiences as he's touching. Shout out to Brandon Deshawn. But like also do that shit, bro.
I'll make this very like tactical for you, and based on kind of what you said as well. Because everything they said is like exactly what I was gonna say. I have clients to do this right now, specifically to grow their fan bases, and it's one thinking about making it very clear how your fans can find you. So like you're saying, like if it's a link, but if you're gonna engage with them on Instagram, it's Instagram. If you're gonna engage with them and you have an email list, whatever it is, how are you going to actively communicate and engage with this fan base to build that awareness and get those views? It's gotta, like, you can do all these platforms, but you need to have a hub, like wherever that is. And then once you have these views and these eyes and this awareness and you're getting that communication out there, what is the message? I have one client right now, great visuals, great content, but I scrolled through and I was like, I have no idea that you're a rapper. Can't even tell. I had to scroll 2 years down to find out that you're a rapper, right? And so I was like, everything looks pretty, looks nice, And then what do you rap about? What do you stand for? What's your lifestyle? Like, who are you as a rapper, as an artist? I have no idea. So I worked with him on working on what is that message. And once you define your core message, you can say that 100 million different ways, but it's consistent, right? And like who you are as a person, what you stand for, what you like, your upbringing, whatever you're promoting. Is it an album? Is it an EP? Is it a new single? Is it a show? And that goes to your conversions. So I wrote them out, but it's stream, sell. Usually it's like stream the song, sell a ticket to a show, buy the merch. Like, you got to think about the call to action, because you don't just want fans. You don't want just that casual fan.
Yeah.
You want fans that convert to dollars. Like, now you're doing music full time. Yeah. So what do you want them to do?
That's a
like, how can that fan support you? Like, what do you need from them? So I need you to pull up to my show. I need you to buy my merch. I need you to stream this song. Like, make that very clear. Then once you have the conversions, how do you retain them, right? And 9 times out of 10, at the end of the day, the music just got to be good. Like, if the music's good, you got them. Like, that's how you keep retaining. Keep producing, doing what you love. Keep bringing the quality of the music, and let that be your bread and butter. But those are just some very tactical things, I think, what it takes to not, like, just build a fan base, but keep them and make sure that fan base is supporting you. I think Mariah said it earlier, but if you have a very strong, like, purpose and mission behind why you make music that you do, you'll find people that will support you off the strength of that. More like, just like, man, like, I really like what he's talking about, really stand for that, da-da-da-da, like, I support that, I relate to that. That's something like, I'm going to the show because I support whatever you stand for. It's okay to be a little controversial as well. It's okay.
You play it too safe?
I don't play it safe. That's the problem. I never play it safe.
That's good though.
No, but people want me to play it safe, so I'm thinking to myself, maybe if I play it safe, I can, get it.
Well, here's the other thing I tell clients is you don't have to give all your business. We don't care about all your drama in your life, but we do want to see drama. So you could talk about what we've been talking about, the challenges that you face. How can they support you, and why does it matter, and where you trying to go? I think that's the other thing is, like, it's okay to promote and sell, da-da-da-da, but what's the dream? What's the vision? Like, where are you trying to go? You trying to be on tour? You trying to go worldwide? Like,
people love
what
a story, bro.
Yeah, like, that's
story.
also very important, because people also support your vision. Like, and I'm speaking from personal experience with Musicaid, where people are like, how do you have a Mariah reaching out to you from DC? Like, I want to work with you. How do I have, and we're in Bomani's place. Like, I was like, the mission is clear. Like, the purpose of why we're doing it, and people support Musicaid off the strength of, like, what we're trying to achieve. I've also raised, like, $3,000 in a week by just saying, hey, fans, I'm trying to raise $500K to $1 million for this app. I'm signing up for this program to help me do that. It costs $3K. I need it by Monday. Here's how you can do it. Buy a shirt. Buy a ticket to one of our events. Donate here. Cash at me here. $3,000 1 week. And also bandwagon. Here's the other shitty part is people aren't going to support you until they see other people supporting you. I didn't have, now shade to my family, but I didn't have my own family buy a t-shirt. I've had t-shirts for months. I had my own family then buy a t-shirt to somebody else wrote an article about me. It's just how people are. It's just human nature. So what I was also doing was, when the moment somebody donated, post it on my story. Somebody else donated, post it on my story.
Thank you.
Now somebody else is donating, post it on my story. I'm showing that, hey, people are supporting me. Why aren't you?
People don't want to miss
It's also like a direct thank you to them. Like,
Yeah,
until
it's also thank you.
can't
It's
do it.
acknowledgement. Yeah, and I've been saying I can't do this without you. I think I was going to say on your end, Musicaid also does this where we provide direction, the videography. It's crazy. I've been hearing like crazy stories. I think for me, Musicaid started with the camera. Like, I started shooting and directing and filming, and I was like, I just want to do it with artists. So we got a team. I'm glad you found people. I actually want to know them. Like, if you want to send them our way, because we're looking to establish our creative services in each of these cities to help artists grow their brands, create their content, build their fan bases, create their websites, shoot their album covers. We're doing full album rollouts right now, and it's going crazy. So just know that Music8 is a place to get that work, get that done. It's professional. I do have a corporate background, so we're gonna have a project plan. We're gonna have a system. We're gonna have deliverables. We're gonna have a timeline. Yeah, for sure.